Hello everyone. I hope you all are doing great today. Today in this presentation I will be discussing about the project management plan of Airbnb. So first of all we will take a look at the overview of the presentation. So in this presentation first of all I will give you the brief introduction about the company's background. Then I will describe a little bit about this project, and then I will provide a solution of the description. Then we'll be discussing about the project approach, size and complexity of the project. Then I will discuss about the project scope, what are the in scopes and what are the out scopes of the project. Then I will be providing with the assumptions and constraints. Then I will give you a brief introduction about the project stakeholders, who are our project stakeholders, and who is our project team. Then I'll be discussing about the project milestones and work breakdown structure. Then I will give you the project budget and risk involved in this project. So moving to the next slide, in which I'll give you the brief introduction about the company. So the company is Airbnb, which is a vacation rental company. So Airbnb is an American company that operates an online marketplace for lodging, primarily homestays for vacation rentals and tourism activities. It is basically based in San Francisco, California. The platform is accessible via website, or you can also use mobile app to access this platform. And Airbnb does not own any listed properties, but they earn their revenue from the commission which they get for through bookings. And the company was founded in 2008, and 11 years now. Like Airbnb site lists more than 6 million rooms, flats, houses in more than 81,000 cities, sorry, across the globe. On an average, 2 million people rest their heads in Airbnb property each night, half a billion since 2008. So Airbnb has a pretty big market nowadays. Then I will provide you with project description. So in this project, um, I will be so the Airbnb, as we have seen, the Airbnb has a big market and it is earning good revenue. Like it has earned the revenue of $4.7 billion in 2008, as compared, like it's increased from 2 to 3.6 billion in 2018. But due to the COVID, the sales decreased to 3.4 billion last year. So we are making this we are making the project to increase the sales. So we will gather the data and analyze it and visualize it, and provide a visualization to stakeholders or decision makers of the business, so that they can make a decision according to from the insights we gave them. Now I will give you the solution. Uh, I will give you the description of the brief description of the solution. So moving ahead to the next slide. So here, so I will first gather the data from the houses, rooms, and uh, rentals, and then we will collect in one API, and then we will process the data, and we will perform the ETL, and we will visualize the data in Tableau and provide insights to the stakeholders, so that they can make decisions accordingly. Now moving ahead to the project approach. So in the project approach, um, in this project, I'm following two approaches, which is one is growth approach and one is cost approach. So the growth approach will aid in the discovery of relevant insights into business processes, allowing for business growth and expansion. In the cost approach will allow me to see the rentals performance, how our houses are performing, and how, from which places we are earning more, and from where we are not earning enough, so that we can focus on particular areas where we are earning less. So that is why the cost approach is also important uh, in this project. Now we will I will show you the project size. So to complete this project I'll be requiring 6 to 10 months, and I require 8 members and a budget of $2 million, which is really less for the for this much big company. So now moving ahead to the project complexity, which is really high, as due to the COVID, people are afraid to rent their houses, and they don't want to share houses with any other. But it, it is urgent for the company because of the downfall of the company. So it is really urgent to look at the causes why the business is going down. Now I will move to the project scope and deliverables. So first we'll talk about the in scopes. So in scopes, so we have to maintain the data integrity. Whatever data we are getting, we have to maintain the integrity of the data. So and then we have to find all the data files, and we have to gather in one API and perform the ETL process. So now we'll talk about the out scopes. Sorry, yep, here. So out scopes, in a out scopes, the SOB should be updated, and as the standard operating procedures should be updated and sent to the owners of the houses, so that they won't be worried about the COVID, and they can see that we are taking precautions for the COVID. So, and it is not within the scope of this project to provide software. Yeah, and we have to update the website and software as per the uh, COVID guidelines. So it is not under this project to provide the software training, and this project involves important stakeholders in decision making for training. So now we will move to the assumptions and constraints. Um, So project can meet technical expertise is an assumption. So these all are assumptions, and these are all constants of the project. Then then I will be then I will show you the project stakeholders. So our IT team, business team, and decision makers and the customers are our project stakeholders. Then we'll move to the core team of the project. So in the core team of the project, we have IT team, analytics team, and financial team. So in IT team, we have lead developer, data engineer, tester, and analytics team. We have lead data scientists, BA team, like business analysis team, BI, business intelligence team, and in financial team, we have lead accountant, junior lead, and the project manager will handle all the teams. So now we will move ahead to the project milestones. So here first in the initial phase, we have to gather the every details about the uh, details about the data, and reasons why we are getting the less sales, and then we have to get approval for the from the key stakeholders for this project. Then we have to plan the project and get approval for the plan as well, and secure project funding. And then in the execution phase, we have to implement the deadline for the work. So we have to decide which work should be done in how much time. So it will give you give us an idea that in how much time we can complete this project. So and in testing phase, we have to ensure all the standards are met. We have to ensure that all the standards are met and tested thoroughly. And in the delivering phase, we have to provide services to all of the houses, and make sure all the standards are followed accurately and strictly because of the COVID. If someone if like someone has a COVID in this situation, we will lose a lot of customers because of that reason. So it is crucial to maintain standards, and check whether the people are maintaining their our standards properly or not. Then we will move ahead to work breakdown. So in the initial phase, project manager will gather initial project requirements, all the requirements, and then project manager will identify the stakeholders, and then he will estimate that how much time we will require for the project, and then he will also estimate the budget. He or she, whatever, she will also estimate for the project budget. And then in the planning phase, project manager will outline the project plan to everyone and then bring stakeholders to meet expectations. Then analytics team and identify data points required. Then IT team get specification from analytics teams, and then financial team will estimate the fund required for the project. And then we will move to the execution phase, where data science team generate all the reports and IT team will build and maintain data pipelines. And then we will move to the testing phase, where IT team tests the data pipelines and the data science team will validate that data and will validate the data and reports. And then in the last phase, which is delivery phase, the project manager will deliver this project to stakeholders and receive feedback for them, feedback from them, and if we have to update anything, we will update and move ahead and complete the project. Now we will discuss about the project work and cost. So first, to gather the project requirement, we will need 2 weeks and 15,000 Canadian dollar. As you can see, for the project plan we will also need 2 weeks and 15,000, and for data specifications we need 1 week and 15,000. So these are all the weeks we required for the work, for the task we are doing, and the amount we will require for the task. So now we will discuss about the project risks. So here there are few risks which I mentioned here. So for the incomplete or incorrect data, the risk owner is project manager, as he has to make sure that the data is correct, and when we are gathering the data, we are gathering it correctly, and we are and he has to ensure that that data validation is that he has to ensure the strict data validation. And then if the funding is not enough, it's also the problem of project manager, because he has to give the stakeholders a funding, and he has to pass that fund. He has to get funding from the stakeholders, and if time is less, then it's a problem of IT team leader, because they have to stop making mistakes and utilize their time effectively. So that's all from my side. Thank you for listening to me, and have a nice day.